potevamo innamorare, ma chi ci frega, ma che me importa, se lo Starvino ci ha messo l'acqua, ma noi edimo, ma noi famo, ci ha messo l'acqua e non te pagamo, ma però a YouTube.
This video is about using Rome's B line of the metro. There are so many sights you can see in Rome simply using the B line, not just the obvious ones like at the Colosseo. At the station you walk out and there's the Colosseo. But in this video I'm going to share with you so many other things to see while you're at the Colosseo so you can make the most of your day while in Rome. I will be including GPS guided itineraries in the description of this video for each of the stations, making it super easy and super convenient for you. Each of these itineraries are free to download and use. It doesn't get better than that. Before we get started, there's a few things you may want to know about Rome's metro. When you get to Rome, you need to make a decision. What is the best way for you to access the city? Are you going to walk? Are you going to take a taxi, the bus, the metro? Well, if you decide to walk, plan on walking between 15,000 to 25,000 steps in a day. That's not uncommon. If you take the bus, you can be a little bit frustrated because buses don't run as frequently and sometimes they get stuck in traffic. If you decide to go with a taxi, taxis cost around 12, 13 euros per ride. And that's not bad. So if you take it 5 times in a day, you're going to be spending 50, 60 euros. But the biggest problem with taxis is that in peak season, they're so busy, they can be hard to find, hard to get one, and that's no good. In my opinion, the most efficient, most effective way to get around Rome is by use of Rome's metro. Metro cars run every 2, 3, 4 minutes. There's no traffic delays. They just run, and you can access all of Rome once you understand how to use the metro. First off, in Rome, there are really only 2 metro lines, the A line and the B line. Now there is a C line, but you can disregard that for now because it really does not service the touristy areas, at least not for now. It will here in the coming years, but for now, you need to focus on 2 lines, the A line and the B line. And they cross at the Termini metro station, the Termini train station. Super easy to switch lines there at Termini. That's where you do it, at Termini. If you need to go from the A to the B or from the B to the A, you do that at the Termini train station.
Please stand clear of the edge of the platform.
You may be wondering, how safe is Rome's metro? Well, actually, the metro is very safe. You don't have to worry about being mugged, shot, stabbed, anything like that. Violent crime in Italy, throughout Italy, is very low. But you do have to worry a little bit about pickpockets. The way you avoid pickpockets is simply by paying attention, understanding that when you're on the metro or in its stations, pickpockets do take place. So if you have money, wallet, valuables, keep an eye on them, keep your hand over them, things like that. Just watch who's around you and pay attention. By paying attention, you'll eliminate 99% of the threat to you. They will focus on somebody who's not paying attention. It's that simple. They make their move. They may slip their hand into your pocket or purse or bag when you're not paying attention. Simply pay attention and you'll have a good experience on Rome's metro.
The train is now approaching platform 1.
If you haven't visited Rome in a while, getting tickets to ride Rome's public transportation system, the metro, trams, buses, has gotten a whole lot easier. It's a new system called Tap and Go. Simply use your credit card. Your credit card will be on your phone, your smartwatch, or physical credit card. You just tap the receiver at the turnstile in the metro and it activates the turnstile, letting you in. On the buses, it's at the front of the bus. You tap the screen, it turns green, acknowledging payment, and it's that easy. There are some additional details you may want to know about Tap and Go. I'll put a link to a video I did about that in the description of this video. Be sure to take a look at that before heading to Rome. Our first stop on the B line is Termini train station. Yes, there are some sites right around the Termini station that are very interesting, and just as important, there are some great places to eat. My favorite gelateria, Comia Latte, is not far from Termini, and there's a great pizzeria called Pinsetta. It's for the pizza style pizza. It's awesome, shouldn't be missed, and this little tour will take you past both of those and some interesting sights along the way.
Will now depart from platform 2.
When you exit the Cavour station, you're going to be in the heart of the Monti neighborhood. The Monti neighborhood is an awesome neighborhood just to go and explore, but there are several sites right in the area that you don't want to miss. One of them is La Basilica di San Pietro in Vincolo. There you're going to find the Moses. The Moses is a statue that was sculpted by Michelangelo. Once you're done visiting there, the GPS then will take you to La Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore.
I know a place where the sun shines every day. So come with me, and I'll take you there. I'll take you there.
It's one of the major basilicas in Rome, one of the papal basilicas, so it has a holy door. And if you happen to be there in 2025, you can walk through its door. Either way, it's a great basilica to visit. It's one of our favorite. On the way there, it's going to stop by a little gelateria, just in case you want gelato. It's called Gelateria di Santa Maria Maggiore. The gelato is great there. And then it's going to take you to one of our favorite little sandwich shops. If you're hungry for a sandwich, it's called Fuori Norma. It's outside the normal. If you decide to go there, I recommend getting your sandwich to go. Yes, there are a few tables in that little restaurant, not many, but there are a few. But I prefer taking the sandwich to the little square right next to that. Sit down on the fountain. There's lots of stairs there, along with some benches. You can just sit down and really enjoy the atmosphere along with your sandwich. And then when you're done, you can continue your exploration of the Monti neighborhood, or the GPS will then take you back to the Cavour station, where you can hop back on the metro and head to the next station.
Next stop, Arcivescovado.
When you walk out of the metro Coliseum station, you walk right out in front of the Coliseum. It's pretty spectacular. The GPS is going to walk you right around the side here, up some stairs, and over to a small park where you can get some neat views from here, as well as this bridge right here. And this is probably the best views of the Coliseum. You can just sit down on this ledge here, relax, enjoy the views before heading on to the rest of this GPS guided itinerary. When you're ready to leave, the GPS is then going to take you on the back side of the Coliseum down some interesting streets where you may be able to grab a pizza, coffee, whatever you're looking for. There's lots of little restaurants along the way, but it's going to take you right down here. And the reason we're going to be doing this is we're going to be heading to Piazza Venezia, a different way, kind of a more interesting way. You're going to be on the back side. There's a few places where you can actually pop out and take a look at the Roman Forum. After getting a view of the Forum over here, let me back out here, the GPS then will take you back over around this square here, heading towards Piazza Venezia, where you're going to find the Victor Emmanuel Monument right here. And then it will take you over towards the Campidoglio. This is let me show you where the Campidoglio at. This is the Campidoglio right behind the Victor Emmanuel Monument. This was a piazza square designed by Michelangelo. But before heading in there, we're going to walk up these stairs to this basilica here. It's just a beautiful basilica. And you'll walk up this, one of my favorite flights of stairs, heading up over here into this basilica.
Praise to the Lord, the Almighty, the King of creation.
The GPS then will guide you through the Basilica and actually out the side back doors, which are right over here. And then you're going to be entering the Campidoglio a different way, which is right down here. Again, into the Campidoglio. And then the GPS will take you back around the corner to a brand new exhibit as of 2024 called the Colosseo Constantine. It's right around the edge of this building. You see this gate here? Walk through there. There's a huge statue of Constantine. It's pretty impressive. And then the GPS, this building that we're looking at right here, this is the Capitol Museum Cafeteria Terrace. And there's a door right here that you can walk through. You can go up a flight of stairs. There's a restroom. Go up another flight of stairs. You'll go through a small restaurant out onto this terrace where you can get really, really nice views of Rome. If you're there in the evening, you can catch a great sunset. If you're going to be traveling to Rome in the near future, we do have a travel guide. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video along with a discount code where you can pick it up for right around $20. The guide is filled with videos, interactive maps, and a lot of helpful information to help you make the most of your next visit to Rome. Upon leaving, the GPS is then going to direct you back over to the Campidoglio, out over to this terrace right down here where you can get an absolutely stunning view of the Roman Forum. When you're done there, the GPS will direct you to the opposite side of the building, down some stairs, again with really interesting views of the Roman Forum, as you work your way down to Via of the Imperial Forum, which you'll take back to the Colosseum. And along the way of the Via of the Imperial Forum, you're going to be able to look at the Roman Forum on both sides. They're street performers. Lots of things to see and do as you walk down this street. Again, making your way back to the Colosseum and back to the metro station where you started, and then you can head off to the next metro station. As you exit the Circus Maximus station, you're going to be directly across the street from Circus Maximus. The metro's right here, and the GPS is then going to direct you into Circus Maximus. And you're going to walk along Circus Maximus right in the center for a little bit before heading out. And we're going to come up this little pathway right here. It'll take you right up here, across this small parking lot, and down a street as we head towards the Keyhole, which is right up this road just a little bit. It's like right here. Let's go down and take a look. Upon leaving the Keyhole, the GPS is then just going to direct you back just a little bit into this park called Park of the Oranges, where you can come down here. There's a lot of trees here. It's a beautiful place to get a view of the city of Rome. Once you leave Park of the Oranges, it's kind of interesting. There's a little street here. It's kind of hard to see. The GPS is going to take you down. I think it's a very interesting street. One of my favorite. As you come down here, and it will turn and head down this street. And the first thing we're going to come to once we get down here is La Bocca della Verità. Across the street from La Bocca della Verità, you've got a couple of important temples. You've got the Temple of Portunno and the Temple of Hercules, and you also have a really cool fountain, the Fountain of Triton, right here. Once you leave the temples here, the GPS is going to take you here to Arco di Giano right here. Around Arco di Giano, as we make our way back towards Circus Maximus, the GPS will take you right down the street here. Pull out a little bit so you can get a little more perspective. Always makes it easier. The GPS is going to walk right through this area here, up this street, and again into Circus Maximus. As you turn the corner into Circus Maximus, there's a couple of things, a couple of businesses. There's a place to grab pizza, a couple of pizza places right down here. There's a nice bike shop right here where you can get bikes at, at a future time to ride around. Maybe take it down to Via Appia Antica. And there's a little restaurant right here in the corner called 075, 075. I thought the hamburgers were fantastic. French fries were phenomenal. Anyway, a nice atmosphere, a great place to grab a bite to eat, not overly expensive or anything, just kind of a nice place to hang out right in front of Circus Maximus. Now the GPS, let me pull out here a little bit, is going to take you along the Circus Maximus. Now you can walk back inside the Circus Maximus, again heading the other direction, and we're going to head up to a neighborhood called Celio. It's right around here where it's kind of a quiet neighborhood. It's a great escape, especially when you're in Rome on a busy day. Not many people are up at this direction. It's going to take you right up over here into a church with these flying buttresses right down here. Let's go take a look. Once we visit this church here and check out the flying buttresses and take all the pictures, then it's time to head kind of double back to where we just came from. We're going to come back out over here again, just through this way, but we're going to head over here to the Baths of Caracalla. It's not a very far walk from here. Let me pull out here, you get a little more perspective. You're going to walk right up this road here, and the Baths of Caracalla are actually just right here. The GPS will take you right to the gate here where you can go in and see the Baths of Caracalla. I thought they were phenomenal, far more impressive than I thought. I'd driven by these multiple times, either walked by them, rode my bike past them, even drove past them, and I had never gone into them until recently. Now that I've been in them, they're quite a bit more impressive than I had anticipated. I thought I'd seen everything from the exterior, but I definitely recommend you visit these baths. They are really interesting. Once you're ready to leave the Baths of Caracalla, the GPS then will direct you back to the metro station where you started. It's right when you exit the Pyramide station, directly across the street is Rome's only pyramid, built in 5 BC. The GPS is then going to take you down along the Aurelian Wall here. A very interesting walk as you walk on the back side. This top side, this is actually a Protestant cemetery. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But as we walk down here, the GPS is then going to direct you to a grocery store called Conad. Now there's Conads everywhere. The reason I'm bringing this one up is I just thought the pizza in this, they had like pizza sandwiches and stuff, in this particular Conad was better than the average Conad. I might be wrong, but I've been there a few times, and every time I've been there, it's been fantastic. So if you want something cheap to eat, maybe grab a soda, water, whatever, you can jump into the Conad and do that before heading under the wall as you make your way into the backside. And we're going to head over to, actually, into the cemetery, because this is kind of an unusual cemetery. It's free to enter. This is where you're going to find John Keats' grave site. There's also a very famous tombstone, one of the most photographed tombstones, called the Angel of Grief. The original one is right in this cemetery. If you decide to visit the cemetery, once you're done, the GPS is then going to take you to a couple of small parks within the Testaccio neighborhood. This whole area here is known as Testaccio. And the first little park it's going to walk through is here. It's a little square. You can find maybe a gelato, cup of coffee, a lot of good atmosphere right here in this square. And then it's going to take you to a little bit larger square. Again, lots of shade, a lot of places to sit down, just relax. And then over to what they call the Cestaceo Market. Let's see where that is. Right over here, the Cestaceo Market. The GPS will take you there. The Cestaceo Market is open daily from early in the morning until around 2 in the afternoon, but it is closed on Sundays. It's where you can go to shop. You can pick up hats, scarves, shoes, all kinds of stuff, but probably it's most known for its food. It has a huge food court with probably 40 or 50 different restaurants, all kinds of foods to try out. It's an awesome experience, especially for lunch. And while you're at the Cestaceo Market, you may just run into this unusual character.
Posti, portaci un altro lido, e noi ce lo bevemo, ma poi gli riconnemmo, e beh, che c'è? E quando arriva, ci arriva il Gozzenberg, al Gargarozzenberg, e Pampigozzenberg, e palla corta, e palla breve, o caroste per me da bere.
When you're ready to leave the Cestaceo Market, you can just follow the GPS. It'll take you right back to where we started, right here at the Piramide Station, where you can hop back on the metro. Another very important station along the B line is the station of San Paolo. That's where you're going to find La Basilica di San Paolo in Lateran. That is one of the major basilicas. It's one of the basilicas with a holy door, so if you're visiting in 2025, you can stop by, walk through its doors. It's really the only site I'm going to put as far as a site to see at this station. I'm sure there's others, but for this video, that's all I'm going to focus on. It's an easy trip over there using the metro. Basically, when you get off the metro, it's just a short, maybe 5-minute walk at most to the Basilica of San Paolo in Lateran.
Hearts wide open, unveiled before our eyes. Oh, see, and bow before Him. The day has dawned. Oh, come.
So in this video, I have covered what I think are the most important stops along the B line. There are 6 of them. If there are things that I missed, please let me know in the comments. I'll add those to a future video. One more thing, similar to this video, I'm creating a second video about all of the important stops on the A line. That should be done in a couple of weeks. If that interests you, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified when that's available. Once it's completed, I'll also stick a link to it in the description of this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. To the next one, alla prossima, ciao.
E se per caso l'altro c'era amore e sono finiti tutti i soldi, c'ho un sonno, ma dove vai? Se la polvere di stelle